wakey. Little Miss Katie. Oh, do, 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 do. I need some clouds. I want some moody clouds. Moody, moody, moody. Do, 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 do. One little cloud. Add some moody darkness. Little by little. Ooh. Jumped. Whoopsie doozy. Grab a little bit of blue and a little bit of white. Some of this purpley color. More blue. More blue. Under here. Darken that even a little bit more. We're looking for moody, moody clouds up in this dark sky. Oh, heck yeah, you can't. Oh my goodness. Must have bumped that or something. Thank you. Heavens, talk about your technical error. When did that even get bumped? Anywho, thank you. Thank you. Whoopsie. Whoopsie doozy. thank you everyone who is liking the live despite my little whoopsie there. It's appreciated. Little bit of a whoopsie doozy. It's all right. Thank you. Just a little. A little flavor out there. Going to grab my liner brush and start doing some stuff in the sky. Oh, thank you everyone who's popping in. Yeah, we're hopefully going to make a cool, just hoping to do a really cool stormy scene. A little darker, a little moodier. Seemed like fun. I don't know, but hopefully you guys can enjoy this as much as I do. For something a little different. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Just gonna come back, brighten that up. To keep the lightning bolts as bright as I want them. There's so much color underneath them. That's all right. I can just come back. I drop those in there. They don't have to be perfectly white anyway. I'm pretty sure you guys will know that those are lightning bolts. Alright, will be, let's see. It's not going to be such a hard line at the top there. My live. Oh, hey! I didn't even see who dropped me my gift, but thank you. I didn't even see it. But I appreciate it. You guys are amazing as always. And I'm sure some of you are noticing my little bip right there, but you don't need to worry about it, because that is where our mountain's going to live. So that's why I wasn't really worried about blending it away. A mountain is going to live there. I bet you didn't know that a mountain was going to live there, but I knew I wanted to put a mountain there. Out in this stormy weather we're having today. Before I get ahead of myself, I need to just soften that up. Same with this one. Soften that up. Soften it up. Put a little bit more cloud over there later. We'll see. Anyway, blends of those did a thing. Big old mountain. Just big, mighty mountain hanging out here. More than capable of weathering a storm. Nice, powerful mountain out here in my world today. We're just gonna do one more little baby peak. One more right there. I don't want it to carry all the way over. I want to leave that area kind of open. One more little baby peak wouldn't hurt. Throw that on out there. Just like so. And I've got plenty of this kind of lightish blue color from messing with my lightning. So we are going to use that as our shadowy color. Just drop. Some color on there. Proper has 5 Snell Habit. Well, thank you. That's so kind. He was such an amazing painter. I feel like that's such a compliment. I love the blue color that I'm getting on these little mountain highlights. It's delightful. delightful. What does everyone have for a favorite color out there today? I can tell you what mine is. I'm going to make up a lighter blue. And maybe you'll be able to guess it just by happenstance. But my favorite color is blue. And there's a lot of blue in this painting today, but that is a coincidence. They're not all blue. I paint more than just blue scenes. This one just needed to have a little extra blue. So we're doing some stormy weathers today. Sometimes weather happens. Sometimes you end up with a stormy day. Not going to worry too much about what's over here. I will, just not yet. Now is not the time to worry about the right half. I'm going to though. Go. We're just gonna fade some of this. There's just the tiniest little peek back there. I'm just gonna up about like that. Just there we go, little touches. Just a little bit. And mountains are more distinct, they have more detail at the top than they do at the bottom. One more little bits just right there. So you're not necessarily going to notice all the little details we have at the bottom. They're going to disappear. We blend it up with the curve of the mountain. Moody, powerful mountains to go with this weather we've got going on. I think those are some pretty cool mountain peaks, if I do say so myself. And I should have some green on my palette, and I don't quite need it just yet. I'm just going to lighten some of this background color I've got, turn it into some little hints of trees. I'm going to brush those up. You'll see there. They will become little baby trees. Nothing too crazy. They're just going to, they live right there. Still largely ignoring what's over there. I don't even really want too much stuff over here. I really don't. I want to leave a lot of this open for now. Yay! What are we yaying? Happy trees? Yes, happy trees, of course. Very happy trees. And thank you guys for the likes. You guys are like, I'm at 2,000 already? That is insanity. You guys are so nice. But yes, we have some very happy trees who are definitely pros at weathering a storm or two. Definitely tippy tappy the bottom, a little bit of blending. Pull those up as well. And give them somewhere to stand. I'm gonna add a couple little hard lines here. Just to kind of brighten that up a little bit. Not water lines, just regular land. It's probably going to end up being more of a limited color painting, and that's all right. I'm going to take some of that land, brush it up, give these tree trunks, or give these trees some tree trunks. Now you can really see just how many cool trees are out there. Look at that. Still just kind of keeping that a little vague. There's stuff out there, but it's still pretty far away. I am gonna lighten up, give myself some lighten it up. I want you to see them, but there's just going to be a few little things. Living out here, braving the storm. They can be whatever color I want, and since we're not using a ton of colors today, these little faraway bushes are going to be a really light blue. I do plan on adding a bit more color as we get closer, but I can keep it pretty simple today. Disappear over there. Pull that down. Almost disappearing over there. Almost. There we go. Things are happening. A fun raging storm stream or river would be awesome. There is going to be some crazy water. That's why I'm kind of leaving a lot of this open, because I want to kind of have some stuff for the water to kind of splash against. So don't worry, if you're looking for crazy storm water, there will be crazy storm water. For sure. And tap that screen if you guys are enjoying watching this moody, stormy painting come to life. I'm having fun painting it. I've never done a storm before. I don't know why. I just haven't really. Never quite felt like it before. Now let's see kind of where I want this to kind of, where I want this to be. I really can't see very well what I'm dropping in, but I suppose these things happen until they get highlighted. There's a thing out here. I promise. You just probably can't quite see it yet. I can barely see it, so I'm sure you guys are wondering what the heck I'm doing. I do want to mix in ever so slightly a little bit of brown. I don't want that to be very rockish. I might have to mix up some browns and red and green. Red and green will make for quite the nice brown color if you guys are ever short on brown. I typically use alizarin crimson and a sap green. It just makes a very delightful color. And if you don't mix it all the way, you get different shades of brown. You can just kind of drop in little highlights. Where you kind of have some land, or in my case, it's kind of a rocky cove area. Like I said, we kind of need some stuff for what will eventually be water to kind of smack up against. I'm not going to get too crazy with this detail towards the front there, because it's probably going to disappear to some extent. I do kind of want to add some highlights and things to this area that we've kind of got in the back here. Careful to leave some darkness. That looks pretty neato. Maybe an encroaching tsunami. Not sure if I'm going to do a whole tsunami, but I was going to do some tossing waves, and I was kind of debating trying to do a water twister. I just hadn't quite decided how many new things I was going to throw into this painting today. Is that an ochre color? Not really. It's a little bit of, I believe it's raw umber with a little bit of alizarin crimson, probably mostly alizarin crimson and some sap green, and which is just a little bit of white. So it's kind of a reddish brown color. A reddish brown color. We're going to start getting some start way, way back here. With the illusion that back there maybe doesn't look as rough as far away. Oftentimes, rough waters don't look rough when they're really far away. Something of an illusion, really. Maintain that illusion just for a little bit. Not adding too many bits. Grab my fan brush, soon as I can find it. There it is. Not that one. It's not the one I thought I grabbed. There's the one I thought I grabbed. With my old fan brush. That is not the one I want. There we go. Where's that? Start getting in with some of these different little bits, different things. Lost in that, we're going to come over here and just have just a big old splash of water. It's meeting the land. Wild water up there today. Keep off the poop. Need to clean off my one global brush so I can mix that up a little bit. Water spout. Oh, I hear people calling for a water spout. I'm gonna add some more watery bits first, or more little crasher bits here. And we'll start getting into that. We're just gonna tap, tippy tap. Different effects from little blendy motions and little tippy tappy motions. I like both, so I often use both. Smooth out some of that just a little. Not all of it though. It's gotta stay a little rough looking. It's starting to come together. Oh, thank you. Oh, let's clean off our brush here and see if we can't do a water spout since that's someone asking me to try. Spin out my paint a little bit. Thin paint sticks to a thick paint. Mix that up a bit. Too thin, can't be too thick. Let's see. Let's see. I imagine if we were doing a bit of a water spout, we'd start kinda like that. Could probably even add a little bit more white to that. A little blue on my palette, so everything's kind of getting tainted, but it is a water spout, so it can kind of get away. There we go. Let's see if I can't. Yeah, there we go. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it. Right up close. Nice and relaxing. I mean, yeah, relaxing while I paint a stormy water scene. For no other reason other than I kind of felt like it. Kind of give this somewhere to start. Come back on the other side with a slightly darker color. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's literally water spinning around in a circle. Something tells me that isn't going to have the most perfect shape ever. I'm planning on messing this up a little bit even. It doesn't look so perfect. I don't want to lose it too much though. Whoosh, whoosh, a little bit of whimsy. Do a little bit of blending in there. Do some blending in there. Come back at my liner brush with that. Just kind of see what we're going to get. Some cool, just wild water. Looks pretty wild out there. Grab my little 1-inch brush, clean it off a little bit. And just kind of blend that. Make it look like it's just coming out of the sky. There you go. There we go. How's that for some stormy water? The sound of the brushes and canvas with my dog is... Yeah, I can see that. I like to hang out and relax with my dog too. You just have one, or are you crazy like me and you have more than one? Alrighty. Scoop up all this blue into one place because it kind of ran away with my palette. Gonna make some room for some just regular old white. Since I've already got undercolor on my palette still. One for now. 3 dogs here from Frog McFrog. I don't have 3 yet. We do have plans for an eventual 3rd, but right now we have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 18 chickens. So we got a little baby farm going. Little baby farm. Does anyone else have any pets out there in the comments? Cats, dogs, birds, otherwise. What does everyone have for animals? The husky rules the others. I could see that. Dogs are great buddies. Even the crazy ones. Huskies are really cool. Let's see, I want another kind of big wave coming in here. What other animals do people have if you're just joining the chat? What do people have? We know some people have dogs. It's mostly dogs in the comments. I think I'm the only one who said I've got cats. So what do you guys have? What other animals exist out there? On this stormy night, which would be perfect for cozying up with a little 4-legged buddy. And some hot cocoa. I'm a hot cocoa person, not so much a coffee person. It's crazy we've got the same minus the chicken one. Yeah, there's probably not going to be too many people with chickens out there in my comment section, would be my guess. I feel like I'm probably the outlier one there. German Wirehair is scared of my brother-in-law's Pomeranian. That seems a little backwards. Pomeranians are little, but I suppose they can be loud. Perhaps your German Wirehair is a sensitive guy. One of my dogs is awfully sensitive to loud sounds. He's a healer mix. He's a sensitive guy. He's got big feelings in a little body. He's a sensitive fellow. I don't really know what his story is, but he's sensitive to the changes of the world. He is. Grab some more white. Just kind of little. This isn't a big crasher. It's just a A little bit. A little bit. Things are just kind of spitting and splashing. Not gonna completely blend this away, but I do want to blend it just a little bit. Just a wee little bit. Oh yeah, you know, if you have an apartment, I could see where chickens might be a bit difficult. You do need to have somewhere outside to put them. Not just because they're loud, but if you don't keep up with their coop, they can get a little stinky. Like any bird, I imagine. We currently have 16 hens logged. There you go. I can't say exactly how many hens we had because the last batch of chicks did give us a few roosters. So of the 18 we have, I do believe we currently have three roosters. We did just lose a rooster due to frigid temperatures because he got out, but so I'm not doing math right now, but yeah, another person in my comments that has chickens. What are the odds of that? That's so cool. Chickens are delightful in their own way. Tippity tap tap tap. We're gonna do that one more time. Just do. Little bits. This is just a little bit. Not everything has to be connected, but I do like to kind of make connections where I think it might make sense to have some connections. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's some apartments don't have a ton of room in them. I've seen some really itty bitty apartments out there in my days. In some apartments, I feel like you would barely have room for a little cozy cat. Nothing wrong with living in an apartment, but you do got to be a little choosier with your animals. You can't just get all of them because you feel like it. Keep mixing up our water here. Just gonna keep messing it up. Come back with my itty bitty, what is it, a filbert brush? I should really learn what some of these are called. Oh, filbert, there you are. There you are. Come say hi. There you go. Every little wave. Well, I suppose not all of them, but this one needs an eye. It's going to get right up close to that darkness there and be its friend. And we're just going to cover it. Not a lot, just a little. We've got wild water out here. Very, very wild water. In my mind, that wave hasn't quite crashed yet. So we are going to leave that wave in its kind of crazy half crash form, and we will get to a point where we're adding some sort of spitting water over there. So we'll do that in a little bit. Just kind of mess up our water. soften the edges just a little. And I do plan on adding a little bit of a coastline in here. So we're getting closer and closer to the front here. So I'm going to have to add, or at least think about, kind of where I want the water to ultimately kind of turn into land. Or a tortoise. Can there be a crab just hanging out? I'm not the best at painting animals. I do really good trees and bushes, rocks. I've dabbled in animals here and there, but I've never done anything like a crab. And something tells me it wouldn't very much look like a crab or a turtle. Not the best. I could practice those at some point, maybe do something like that in the future, but... And a cabin. Where would I put a cabin? Can't put one in... Perhaps I can plan a different stormy scene with a cabin. I didn't leave myself room for a cabin, really. Because normally I feel like I would have put a cabin kind of right where I put my rocks and then built my rocks around it. And kind of, I could have put like a little light in there. So maybe I'll do another stormy scene later in the week and actually plan for a cabin, Frog McFrog. Because that is a good idea. I just kind of, I have rocks where I would have put my cabin. But I have dabbled in cabins from time to time. I do like cabins. It just feels kind of weird to put one so close to the front. I usually like them a little off in the distance. Another stormy scene with a cabin does sound... Well, Water Wednesday is basically a given. We could do... yeah, we'll see. We could do one tomorrow. We could do one on Wednesday. There's so many things. So many. I do like the idea of a cabin, though. I think that would be delightful. I'll have to remember to leave myself room for a little bit more improv in the future. I'm a bit new to the live streaming painting stuff, so... what? What's a sconce? Pardon me, I don't even know if I said that right. Mr. Frog McFrog. I'm not sure what that last one is. Apologies. Little Z shapes out here. Keep my eye on the chat as best I can. And thank you for everyone who's tapping and liking the live. That is very helpful. I forget to remind people that the liking and tapping of the screen is helpful. So I appreciate everyone who just sort of does it. And I do also have an Etsy store. That's a different thing I keep forgetting to tell people about. And don't you worry about the chunky water lines here, because they're going to start turning into sand. As soon as there we go. So, vertical, vertical, vertical. And I bet you guys are thinking that this doesn't look anything like sand right now. And you would be right. It doesn't. Not yet. Not yet, it doesn't, but it will. As I start bringing it horizontally. And again, if I come a little too close to those water lines and I accidentally make one disappear, I can just add it back. And there will, of course, be sand on the beach. Perhaps some white sand, perhaps some brown sand. But I gotta add some more little watery bits. Ooh, I'm glad I joined the stream. It's the first time I've watched it. Oh, cool. Well, welcome. And I'm glad I'm one of the first things you kind of decided to pop in and hang out to watch. And I could call it Dark and Stormy. If you guys have any good title ideas, by all means, drop them in the comments and we can choose one together. And we can have a grand old time naming this painting. And right now, because it's the only suggestion, Dark and Stormy would be the leading option here. When I name my paintings, I just number them. It's painting number 83 with its cheesy stand-in photo on my Etsy store, which just says live painting 83. Actually, I think it just says live 83. This is not my 83rd live, but this is my 83rd painting. I'm just going to come down. Amazing picture. Thank you. Thank you, guys. For anyone just joining, if you've got title suggestions, drop them in the comments what you think. Like if this was a painting that you were painting, what would you call it? I don't need the why unless you feel like it. I'm not your high school teacher wanting to know every reason. Just drop in some ideas. We're almost done. We're not quite there. We're getting there. Definitely getting there. We only have one suggestion by default, and that one wins. And I'm okay with this. Like I said, I number my paintings because that's easier for me. Naming things is hard after a certain point. And if anyone was wondering about my Etsy store, because not the best at talking about myself, it's linked in my bio. That's where it lives. It's linked in my bio. Soften that up just a smidgen. There we go. Just a boop. Da, 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 da. Little. There we go. Just to brighten that one little area up a little bit. Makes a bunch of difference. I haven't forgotten about my wave back there, guys. Don't worry. I know it's there. I do, I promise. I do. So, drop your title suggestions in, I'm going to drop some wave splashies. Njord's Wrath, that's cool. Water Spout looks really cool. Thank you. Winter's Wrath. Awesome, awesome. Very fun. And drop them more than once, because when I go to pick the title, I'm just kind of going to scroll and stop on one, and whichever one I land on is going to be, it's going to be our title for this painting. It keeps it random, it keeps it fair, and kind of fun, not going to lie. So, drop them in, drop it more than once. Let me know what you think the title should be. And if you really like it, like I said, drop it more than once. It's going to be a random selection by scrolling and stopping. Wherever my finger lands, that's where you're going to see, or that's where I'm going to see anyway, what title I landed on. As I pop in these little bits of sand, little bits, little bits. And thank you for everyone who's tapping that screen and liking. It's gone up 2,000 likes since I last looked at it. That's a lot. You guys are very helpful and very nice. I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna add a few more little splashy bits on my water, or on my little wave back here.